When I was about 59 years old, I noticed that I was starting to have some urinary symptoms or changes. I was getting up to go to the bathroom at night, which was unusual for me. I had some girlfriends that are a little older, and they kind of chuckled and said, hey, it's all part of getting older. It became disruptive, where if we were in a restaurant, I would have to get up about 6 times. That's not normal. So that's when I started to realize there might be something to check out. So I found a local urologist, and he did a cystoscopy in the office, and I could tell by looking at his face that it didn't look good. And then my next appointment with him is when he told me, yes, it was bladder cancer. For me, cancer is not new. At the young age of 25, I had breast cancer, and I had it again at age 51. So I've heard you have cancer, but hearing that it was in my bladder was more frightening because I thought I might have to lose my bladder or worse, lose my life. So this was pretty scary. So after I got over the shock of being diagnosed with bladder cancer, then the doctor told me that there is a treatment called BCG, and BCG was given once a week for 6 weeks. After the 6 weeks was up, then I was told to get a TURBT surgery to see if it was successful. But unfortunately, in my case, it was not. The cancer still remained, and that's when that doctor began to talk about possibly removing my bladder. I really did not want that to happen. I felt that I needed to get a second opinion, and I ended up going to a cancer center in Philadelphia to get that second opinion. It was like night and day compared to my local doctor's office. They took time to explain everything, and there were so many more options with new research for non-muscle invasive bladder cancers. I was told there were other drugs I could take, and once I was done with that treatment, I had a test and I was cancer-free. Unfortunately, I did have a recurrence. Hearing that I had a recurrence the first time, I was devastated. I think I was naive thinking that once I had bladder cancer, went through treatment, found I was cancer-free, then I was done. But I quickly learned that it is a very recurrent type of cancer. I've had many cystoscopies in these past 10 years, probably about 27. And of those, I've had white light as well as blue light. The blue light is obviously going to catch things that white light might miss. So I appreciate that being used. When you catch any kind of a recurrence, it's tiny, small, and treatable. And I feel confident that using blue light as opposed to white light, that when I'm told I'm cancer-free, I truly am. For anybody that's newly diagnosed with bladder cancer, I want them to know that it's not the end of the world, even though you may think it at the time. If something doesn't feel right, get that extra opinion. Also, never skip checkups so that if you do get a recurrence, it's caught early. And if you need to talk to somebody, there are support groups. There have been some very hard moments, and I think I try to hide those sometimes, not to worry my family. But honestly, I've been pretty optimistic because I've been getting great care. And it's been 10 years, and I'm living a great life. I'm a lucky person.